It's Yalla Home.
Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big Cass.
And it's Monday. I never know what to do with Monday, so let's just have fun. 2 minutes past 5. It's Yalla Home right through till 8 p.m. tonight.
100%. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings and salute to everybody. A lot of things coming up in the show, Anna.
Yep.
We are going to be giving you the updates from COVID-19 locally and globally.
Indeedy. And who is the most followed female account on IG? We've got the answer.
Yeah, not the most Instagram account, like that's, obviously.
No,
but the most
the IG bit.
Like who is the number one female out there that's followed by the millions of people?
Who's most watched on it? I find that fascinating.
Yeah, we'll tell you. We're also going to be having with us an 8-year-old sensation. She's amazing. I've known her for a couple of years. So she's been DJing since I know her for like 2 years. She was 6. She's now 8. She started DJing when she was like 2. Her father is a DJ. Shout out to DJ Shock.
Wow.
They are from Azerbaijan. Her name is Michelle. She is such an amazing, incredible talent. We're going to have her via Zoom, and then we're going to be talking to her about, how did she get into DJing?
Yeah.
8 years old. If you want to see her, we've posted a video of her on our story. Definitely go check her out. What else, Anna?
Amazing. Naturally, it would be wrong not to talk about the NBA playoffs. I love this stretch of the show. Each year it happens. Woo-hoo. The NBA happens, and then every day there's an update on the NBA playoffs. I can honestly say I never watched really a basketball game in my life.
Never.
No.
Cool.
I've seen pictures because I follow
Today morning
celebrities.
was beautiful.
But now I can actually have a conversation about it because I'm, clearly living with you in Radioland. Like, we have the deets, people. We have the update.
We do have the deets as well. I want to show you something, Anna. Novak Djokovic, the tennis player number one. You've seen the video?
Yeah.
What do you think? So basically, they were playing in the U.S. Open, and obviously Djokovic, just kind of threw the ball a little bit stronger than usual, and it hit
in anger though.
It hit a line judge, and they threw him out of the game.
They disqualified him. So thing is, I've got lots to say about this.
Okay,
so we need to get into it because if you look at tennis through history, we've had some angry players.
Yeah,
they're disqualifying him now.
No. Yeah. They never really threw them out before.
No.
So I just think, we have a lot to say about that. Also, prayers and salute to our brothers and sisters in Sudan. They're suffering badly. 300,000 people misplaced. Over 2,000 people died of the floods in Sudan. If you're able to help and donate, please do so. And I want to talk to you about the children in the UAE. I'm not sure if you saw this video. They said that it's strange to sit in a class again. And it's kids talking about the experience of getting back to school.
Right.
It's just kids. And kids are raw.
Yeah,
they don't lie.
They tell it like it is.
They just tell it as it is.
Yeah. And I've got 2 at home who are coming up. They were exhausted today. And I had to say to them, Lola said, honestly, it's only the second day. I can barely keep my eyes open. And I said, Lola, you haven't been at school since March the 25th.
A while. Last but not least, of course, we're going to be discussing the music greats. Anna, can you tell us quickly?
No, I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
It's Yalla Home.
Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big Cass.
That's right. And it's Monday night. We're live across the UAE, not ear, right here at Pulse 95, Anna Schofield and Big Cass. This is very exciting for me because I obviously teach children to do voiceovers. Children are a big part of my life. I teach adults as well, but the kids are more fun, let's be honest. And so when Hass announced that our very special guest tonight was no other than DJ Michelle, I'm very excited because DJ Michelle is no ordinary DJ.
She is amazing. I kind of found out about her when she was like 6 years old, about 2-3 years ago.
6 years old, wow.
And now, mashallah, she's 8. She's incredible. She does it really well. Shout out to her parents, DJ Shock, really taking, inspiring her. There is a video of her even DJing and learning how to DJ when she was 2. But you don't want to hear me talk. You want to hear DJ Michelle talk. So, DJ Michelle, we're gonna say hi. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. I'm amazing.
Always blessings. Big up to you and your lovely family. Michelle, you're 8 years old and you DJ like crazy. We love how you DJ. How did you get into? Of course, your dad was a DJ. But how did you get loving DJing?
Well, when I was little, heard how my dad was DJing, and I really, really liked it. And every time when he went upstairs to DJ, I went with him, and then I was like, yeah, I love it. and then when I became five,
Mashallah.
I asked my dad on my birthday to give me a controller, and I started DJing like that.
This is amazing to hear. So you're 8 years old. What music do you like? When you're mixing, what's your preferred choice of
hip-hop? Say hip-hop,
Don't
Michelle.
say hip-hop. Don't listen to him.
Hip-hop.
Is it hip-hop?
I like old school music.
Yes. Okay.
She likes old school hip-hop. I win.
She didn't say hip-hop. She said old school.
You like hip-hop, DJ
I
Michelle?
said hip-hop.
She said, I win. Shout out to Michelle.
Very good.
Michelle, I see you on the live sometimes. You have so much great energy. She's really amazing live. Can't believe that you understand music like crazy. Who are some of the artists, and I'll tell you in a bit right now, who reposted Michelle?
Okay.
You got Missy Elliot.
No way.
You got Chris Brown. Who else reposted you, Michelle?
I don't remember.
It's a lot of famous people that reposted you. I want to ask you.
Yeah, a lot of famous people.
Yeah, who's the artist that you like to play the most?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Shout out to Michael
Amazing.
Jackson, man. Rest in peace.
Which phase of Michael Jackson? Which is your favorite song?
My favorite song is by the Jackson 5s, Blame It On a Boogie.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's proper old school. Loving that.
Yeah, Michelle, when I talked to you before, you said that you love dancing, you love singing. Obviously, you're a DJ. You love making
and I also want to start playing on a bass guitar.
What?
I'm gonna start.
You're going to start playing on a bass guitar, of course.
I love the sound, the slap.
I love this. I love you. You are just amazing. I just think. Are you also gonna get into production? Because your dad told me that you're.
I was just about to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already producing beats.
Amazing.
And maybe by the end of the year, you're gonna hear my song, a hip hop song. I'm producing it myself. I already wrote the lyrics, and I'm working on a beat right now.
Wow. So Michelle, when you go to school, obviously you do lots of stuff at school. You're learning maths, you're learning English, you're learning all these things. What do you think you're gonna do when you grow up?
I'm gonna be DJing, obviously.
Yeah.
I love that. I just think it's amazing because obviously, Michelle, your dream is to go to the World DMC Championship. This is like this is like the biggest kind of championship for DJs.
Amazing.
And you're 8, and I know you're working so hard to make that happen. What's the hardest thing, if people are listening to us right now? What's the hardest thing to be a DJ?
For me, I don't find nothing hard in it because, but I think no, I don't really think there's something the hardest for me
Nothing
right
defies.
now. I'm just chilling and doing my thing.
And so you're chilling and you're doing your thing and you don't find it hard. So you're clearly a complete natural. Does your dad have a big influence on you? Does he come in and say, no, Michelle, don't do it like that, do it like this? Or do you go to him sometimes and go, Dad, I can't work this out? Or do you just sort of DJ separately?
Well, mostly I want to learn everything myself, but sometimes me and my dad work some scratches out,
Do you?
I mean, you definitely, you guys should go and follow I Am DJ Michelle right now. That's number one. You need to definitely do that because she's really amazing. Your scratches, I remember last time we were live, you really, really, really impressed me with your scratches. It's amazing. Again, I'm telling you, and shout out to you and your family because I think it's really important. Her Instagram account, you guys, is amazing. How many followers you have right now, Michelle?
I don't know, 88K followers.
I heard you DJ Shock. Yeah, 87,000 followers, mashallah.
I actually love that you don't know the answer to that, Michelle. Stay like that, okay? I love the fact that your dad is handling the Instagram. It's really, really important, obviously. But I love the fact that you're just so into your music and you're so into your DJing. And you're like, I don't know what celebrities follow me. I don't know how many followers I got. I just want to mix. And that's great.
It's... what's the best thing that happened in while you're DJing live? You know, whether you're at a place, in a venue, or maybe live on Instagram. Because I see you as well talk to people back. Kids, a lot of kids are like, hey, I want to learn how to DJ as well. And she talks back at them.
Right.
And she says, yeah, you got to practice.
Yeah.
Do you like that engagement with the crowd? Like online?
Yeah, a lot.
And you obviously have lots of kids following you as well, not just celebrities. Do all the kids at school follow you, or your friends?
Well, my friends don't have Instagram yet, but when I showed some of my friends, they're like, "What?"
That's crazy.
Brilliant.
That's crazy. I mean, that's amazing. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to DJ Michelle. I think she is really remarkable and amazing at what she does.
Fearless.
I've had the pleasure of seeing her perform in a lot of places, and she is, fearless in terms of like, she knows what she's doing. She's really focusing. And again, people like Missy Elliot, Chris Brown, and many others have reposted, her work on Instagram.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about performing live? Do you do a lot of gigs? Are you on like 2 a week or 5 a week, or how many are you doing?
Well, whenever I want, I tell my dad I want to go live, and he lets me go live.
Cool. Okay.
I think
because I'm enjoying it really.
We love that. There's a video of you scratching when you were 2 years old. I'm going to show my co-host right here.
Yeah.
This is her when she was 2. You remember that video? You posted that video, and you were 2 years old and you're scratching. Again, you were. Let me just paint that picture.
Yeah.
She was 2 years old. She's now obviously 8. Do you remember when you were 2?
Yeah.
Do you remember learning that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Because sometimes
A little.
A little.
Yeah.
Because at 2 you can't really remember masses, can you? So you literally have grown up doing this, like breathing.
Yeah. It's really amazing. Michelle, before we let you go, what's your dream? Other than the championship, what else is your dream?
Well, I don't know. I have many, many dreams, but my biggest dream is the championship.
Focus.
But
The championship.
when I win the championship, I'll have other dreams, and
Brilliant.
She is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Follow her at I am DJ Michelle. I want to shout out your family, your dad, your mom, and really everyone that helped you as well. I know that DJ Shock, who's your dad, has always said that we've never imagined that Michelle would become like this DJ at this young age. They're very proud of her, and as parents for this little girl, we want to try to help. And we want to try to develop her skills.
Amazing.
Michelle, we want to thank you so much for coming on Pulse 95 Radio. And, hopefully this is going to be up on YouTube soon. I want you to say it one more time that you like old school hip hop, because Anna likes that.
Say it.
Yeah. No, blessings to you, Michelle. We say peace and love. And thank you so much. Any last words you'd like to say? Anything at all? Go ahead.
To the people on radio, whoever you are, just a kid or grown up, or you want to become someone like a DJ or a dancer, just believe in yourself. Nothing is impossible.
Wow. And that's how you end it from an 8-year-old
right there.
DJ sensation. DJ Michelle, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks so much.
We're going to be right back,
Bye.
ladies and gentlemen. Bye-bye.
It's Yalla Home
With Anna Schofield.
and Big House.
Yalla Home till 8 p.m. Hope you're having a good drive across the UAE.
100% Anna Schofield. Okay, coming up in the hour. What are we going to do in the hour? Let's see. We got the...
We've got Local Pulse with Big House.
Pulse.
I love it when this is back. This is back, and this is where Big House features a local artist.
Yep.
Literally turns the spotlight on them. Super good.
100%. We're also going to be talking about this incident. Novak Djokovic, the world #1 tennis player, he was disqualified from the U.S. Open after hitting line judge with the ball. We got the footage for you. We want to share it with you. And Anna, you have an opinion. I have an opinion. A lot of people you have an opinion. Let us know. And he was actually kicked out of the game. He was disqualified.
End of.
And out of the tournament. So boom. That's crazy.
And children going back to school. If you've got kids, you'll know that it was quite a big week last week. Kids went back to school, and of course they're on day 2 today of schooling with masks on. And separately. And so, they said something really interesting. My kids said something really interesting yesterday. They are sitting in groups alphabetically, so not with their friends, alphabetically. And then if one of the children gets COVID-19, the school can report who that child's been sitting next to, and then can operate the, right, we've got to social distance those children because they've been exposed to someone with COVID.
That's not fair, though. That's scary. If the kid next to you gets COVID-19,
you're all down.
No one is supposed to get COVID-19. Back off.
No, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So they're sitting alphabetically. And my daughter was like, yeah, I'm with, because she's Lola, she was sitting with two boys who began with M. She was like, oh.
Oh, man. That's
very
crazy.
funny.
It's Yalla Home. Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big Hass.
Anna Schofield, Big Hass. But actually, something that we wait for because it's just wonderful. And it particularly highlights Big Hass as well, his knowledge of the music scene. If you don't know Big Hass, if you know Hass maybe from Pulse 95 and just from Pulse 95, then you don't know that he's a huge MC in the whole region. And I don't just mean here. I don't just mean in Sharjah. I don't just mean the UAE.
What
he's
does she
huge
want?
in Saudi as well. Pay me later.
Yeah.
And because of that, his knowledge on the music scene makes him, he's always tapped up by industry people. He's tapped up by magazines. He's tapped all the time. He even speaks on CNN weekly.
Wow.
Talking about music.
I think
so. It's no
I'm going to take this
surprise.
introduction and put it right
Well,
here.
if you will let me finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There's more?
Yeah. Because Local Pulse is something that highlights local artists. Very, very important. No other radio station did it in the UAE. I'm proud to say that before we started doing it. And then they got on the bandwagon. But what they can't do is what Big Hass does, and that's spotlight a local artist. Here we go. Local Pulse, tell us everything.
This is Local Pulse with Big Hass.
Oh, shout out Clint. I see you, my brother. Thank you for that. We need to make one for you, too. The Music Race needs to add Anna Schofield. Tell them.
How did you get your own
I
lineup?
have no idea. See, that's what...
2 years I've been doing
Because I'm
Music Race.
connected. I'm tapped in.
I am speaking to Clint immediately.
Definitely. All right. Today, actually, I am traveling to Saudi Arabia. We're going to Saudi Arabia, ladies and gentlemen, with my brother, Abu Bakr, and his artist name is Lil Easy. I'll tell you about him. What am I doing?
You're turning me off, remember?
Oh, no. You're
come
always
on.
on, fam. You're always on. Can't turn a
Always
woman off.
on.
Yeah, I like the screaming. Okay, that's funny. Okay, so Lil Easy, Anna, his name is Abu Bakr. He's originally from Somalia, but he was born and raised in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. He was born in 1990. He wrote his first song in 2007. What makes this guy really amazing is that he has a real way about himself. He was inspired by Kendrick Lamar, Ice Cube, Michael Jackson, and his name, Lil Easy, was taken from the American rapper Eazy-E. He was an American rapper.
Yep.
And he was inspired by that. When you see Lil Easy, I want to see if I can just show you a picture of Lil Easy.
Okay.
Because that is a big part of who he is as a human being. So he has this. So that's Lil Easy.
Oh, wow.
See the afro?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Look at that afro vibe.
That's the
right
biggest
here.
afro I've ever seen.
Oh wow, really? Yeah. So this
Yeah,
is
look
Lil
at that.
Easy, and he's really amazing. Now, just a quick kind of note here. The Saudi hip hop scene is filled with a lot of disses and beefs with each other.
Oh.
Why? Because it started off on the wrong foot, generally in the GCC hip hop I'm talking about.
Okay.
It was a lot of copy pasting between, the West Coast and the East Coast in America.
Yeah.
Let's do the same thing here.
Oh.
But there's no East side and West side here.
No.
But that's the problem. It was a lot of copy pasting.
Okay.
And that's what my show in Saudi Arabia did in terms of like educating the people about what hip hop is.
Yeah.
So Lil Easy never really got into that dissing and beefing game. He
Good.
was always clean, always know what he wants. I remember having him on my show, and he had something like 1,000 followers on Instagram.
Okay.
That was exactly something like 7-8 years ago.
Okay.
Or when Instagram first launched, and then now he's crossing 400,000. He is an
No.
influencer
Wow.
when it comes to music and just writing. He wrote his first song in 2007. His parents were not with the game. Were not at all with him rapping.
Oh, they weren't encouraging.
They were against it. But when they saw the reaction from the people, when they saw his dedication on the mic,
They got with the program.
they got with it, and they really wanted to show love and support as well.
Oh.
2 years ago, Anna, he wrote a song called Madahir, which is a very, very powerful song. Madahir means kind of explaining that it's like, what do you see on the surface?
Shallow, you mean?
No, like, like madahir is just the looks of things.
Ah, okay, the
Like
visual. Yeah.
The looks of things.
Okay.
So he was, for example, if you look at somebody and he was addressing racism, he was addressing a lot of things in that song that doesn't get addressed a lot by Saudi rappers.
Okay.
Because he's Somalian,
Right.
he's not Saudi, he's addressing racism in that area. A lot of people, and it's very
Yeah,
delicate.
wow.
But he did it in a very fun and cool way, and it got trending. It got played on the radio over there, and it got really, it sparked the conversation.
Amazing.
It sparked a conversation that this is something that, you cannot judge me based on my, the way I look,
Yeah.
where I'm from, you judge me based how I treat you. And how
Nice.
people treat me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In that song, he addressed how name calling could be an issue as well. He addressed that in the song. Very powerful song.
Yeah.
And that, I think, after he released that song, it was like, it put him on a level where, okay, great, let's take a little easy seriously right now, because he's in not only for Saudi rap, Arabic rap.
Okay.
He and I have a lot of conversation. He's very, very focused and very determined about rapping in Arabic, although he speaks
And you
English.
love that. You
I love
endorse
that,
that, yeah.
because he actually says, listen, I mean, you don't see Snoop Dogg or Dr. Dre, rapping in any other language.
No.
He wants other people to kind of learn Arabic to understand me.
Right.
And in order for that to happen, you need to be really big, like a Kendrick Lamar or whatever, and people will start learning. I remember the first time he got on stage, I was there. He was scared. He didn't know how to handle the crowd. He was really, really
And could you see his nerves?
big time.
right.
He was really kind of really nervous. Right now, gets on the mic, up there,
Yeah.
he's doing it. He's becoming an influencer. Like I said, he's really an influencer when it comes to music.
Wow.
I mean, his. Saudi Arabia's music scene is kind of also different. These guys release a lot of singles. They don't have a body of work. And which brings me to the music greats again. This is why it's tying up with the local pulse of music greats.
Yeah.
Every time you talk about the music greats, you talk about an album. There's no some sort of a single or whatever it is. It's always a body
Well,
of
they
work.
do release singles, but obviously they would release maybe 4 singles from one album.
From one
And it
album.
was always a collective vibe.
True, yeah. And it feels like right here, because times has changed right now, there's a lot of singles being put because
Yeah.
people don't listen to albums anymore.
Albums, no, shame.
Saudi Arabia, 99 million views per day. It's the largest per capita in the world. Again, controls YouTube in the region, in the world. It is up there. So I'm going to play a song for Lil Easy, and it's called Millionaire.
Okay.
He wants to become a millionaire. And
Don't
he's
we all?
kind of, he's kind of talking about it, and it's Arabic rap, ladies and gentlemen. And shout out to everybody tuning in.
It's Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big House.
And we're live through till 8 o'clock tonight. Thanks for being with us.
You got a friend in me.
Not start.
You got a friend
No way.
in me. When you know that you got a friend in me. You.
Not
You just remember when you do.
Now.
You got a friend in me.
There we go. We landed.
You got a friend in me.
Okay, we're talking about children, which is why we're also singing. One of the papers today did the most amazing video. Which
The
is
National.
Lovely.
You gotta say the National.
Okay. The National did an amazing video today, little film, and they filmed kids talking about going back to school. And as you said earlier, Hass, kids say what they see.
Oh man, raw.
There's a game in the UK called Say What You See.
Yeah.
And kids do. And so it's always fun asking them questions.
Yeah.
And so they did. They asked them about, was it good going back to school? What are the restrictions like? Is there anything difficult? What did you learn from online learning? All sorts. And it's just lovely. You've got a 4-year-old, an 8-year-old, 6-year-old. You've got a brother and sister on the sofa together. They say things together at the same time.
Yeah.
Wonderful footage.
Yeah, I want to see if we can play some. It's like, they're asking them how does it feel to be back at school again, and some kids are saying stuff.
I feel really, really excited.
It feels really strange to sit in a class again and be taught by someone that isn't my parents. And
So see, again, it's like...
See, that cracked me up.
Yeah, teached.
Because A, she's in
Taught.
the film, and B, and she's talking about schooling, and...
Who's your English teacher, miss?
Yeah.
Come here.
I'm teached by...
I'm teached by...
Very funny.
No, I just think that, it's interesting how some kids are also viewing it, and they're saying that, it was weird to sit in a class where there's no video, and there's no one teaching me, someone teach me other than my parents.
I know.
And it was like,
I realised I got off lightly.
They forgot that there's a teacher, and we also kind of, I think I was one of them, we forgot that parents are not teachers.
No.
That they're not teachers.
No, not in any way.
You're a teacher of life. You can do you're supposed to raise your kids and stuff as parents.
Yeah.
But teach them math and science and equilibrium. I don't know what they call it.
Yeah.
That
equilibrium.
Stuff, no. Yeah.
No, the equilibrium is when you're balancing. You're finding the middle. Finding the middle zone.
Me and school, I can write a thesis. So let's
Why
not talk
did you
about
say
that.
equilibrium though? What made you say that?
I think it was like I was referring to a geometry thing or something like that. I don't know. Don't ask me.
Geometry or okay. Equilibrium is when you found the sweet spot, the middle point, the balance.
Yeah, I think I had a bad time knowing the equilibrium in school. But yeah, but a lot of kids are like, it's shocking to them. A lot of kids are like getting used to it. Someone said that we usually go out in recess and talk. Now we're just sitting down.
Yeah.
Masks. Someone said that getting into the school is a nightmare. So
my kids have said similar things. Not a nightmare, but it's interesting. They all go through a sterilisation process when they walk in, which is really good. They're all sanitised, like we are here at SBA. We have to stand in a machine, and it does stuff.
Are you standing in the machine? Lately, I've been kind of zipping that machine. Are you going inside the machine still?
Of course I'm going in the machine.
Are you sure?
Are you not?
I'm going to check the footage.
Hang on a minute.
I'm not.
You're not doing the
I
machine.
take a shower. I was done.
It's not about whether you're clean or dirty. I want the bugs off you.
Bugs.
Come on.
The bugs
you
off
need to be debugged before you're in the studio with me.
Yalla Home debugs everything.
It doesn't. Because you still sing. He's not debugging, Ray. Talking to our sound engineer.
It's not Ray.
Sorry, it is Ray.
I got her, bro.
You did. So we got two, Ray and Double R, and we always call them the other one's name. Ray, I knew it was you. Don't listen to him.
Yo, man, you know who loves you more right now, huh? Just saying.
Not you. You're not debugging. We need to go and stick you in the sanitizer.
Oh, man. We're going to be right back after this headlines. Keep it locked.
It's Yalla Home.
With Anna Schofield.
And Big House.
It's Yalla Home with Anna Schofield and Big House. Coming up to 8 o'clock, quickly we're going to talk about something that I think is quite controversial.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the video, Anna, of Novak? Okay, so basically,
again,
we're talking about the number one tennis player in the world, one of the best humans in the world. He has a lot of, he has a good heart.
Is he? Because I don't know him.
He's very good. He has a lot of charity, and he's very humble, very real, down to earth. But that's what happens to good people, I guess. Anyway, so what happens was this. Let me see if there's any. So in tennis, once you lose a point or whatever it is, you
situation on our hands.
You bring.
Yeah, we've got it.
Okay, so here, they don't show it. Okay. So here, he's just returning the ball to the judge line, but he did so, and it was usually you were softer. He was like he gave it an extra push.
Okay.
And it hit the judge line, and you can see his reaction, making sure that she's okay. And you can see his facial reactions, like making sure that she's okay.
Like understandably, extra courtside microphones that.
And at that point, judges on the mid-court were talking to him about this.
And the incident in the final at Queen's those years ago when.
And then obviously tennis is it's just a class sport, and the decision was taken to disqualify him from the game and from the tournament. He was kicked out. Now, the interesting part is that just before we say our opinion, Novak went and on his Instagram, because that's what Instagram is all about, he did say, "This whole situation has left me really sad and empty. I checked on the lines person, and the tournament told me that thank God she's feeling okay. I'm extremely sorry to have caused her such stress. So unintended, so wrong. I'm not disclosing her name to respect her privacy. As for the disqualification, I need to go back within and work on my disappointment and turn this a lesson on my growth as a player and as a human. I apologize to the US Open, and I'm very, very grateful to my team and my family for being my rock. Peace and blessings, and to my fans for always having with me. So he did say he's sorry.
Okay.
This is kind of the situation. What do you think?
That's the situation. So it's interesting watching the actual footage versus what I read about it. So when I was reading it this morning, and it said he hit the ball in anger. Okay, so that was one of the things. They said he hit the ball in anger. He was irritated. He'd lost the point or whatever. And he shot the ball backwards. But he obviously didn't mean to hit anyone.
Yeah, no, for sure. But usually it's softer than that. He did have a force. It is a force shot.
Yeah.
And it is like a little bit stronger than usual, especially there are human people around. It's not like you're shooting it in air.
No.
So the tennis ball comes in pretty fast.
And those guys are strong. I mean, those serves.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
But
boom.
but it hit her in the neck and it hit her on the jugular by the looks of things. So
lower.
it took her down. I mean, she wouldn't have gone down without... And she did hit the floor. And that's why people ran over, because they were like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't mind that they've been strict. That's absolutely fine that they have been strict, okay? He flicked in anger and they want to flex their muscles and go, don't do that, hurt someone. That's fine, except let's just all remember McEnroe. I mean, if you actually have seen any of the footage from all those years ago, and I'm young, but I remember it being a big thing. Was he American?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
But McEnroe was anger more like it, and he didn't hurt people.
But he was aggressive.
Yeah.
And he was aggressive, violent with his speech.
Yeah.
He stopped games.
Yeah.
Very disrespectful of the opponent that he was playing. He used to challenge the umpire all the time. About the point, and it was continual. He did it every game. He threw things around.
He's been disqualified a couple of times, but with
good to hear.
I mean, this one was kind of very interesting. He's the number one tennis player in the world, known to be very good-hearted. Like he's one of the, like he's a legend, but also good-hearted. They don't come like that. And in terms of
does seem like it's an accident.
It is, of course. Like no one disagrees. It's just for future. Now he will learn to never even do that, because but again, you're human, you're not a robot, you're not Tesla or whatever it is that guy is called, and like this. I just think that it's kind of
do you think he should have been disqualified then?
No, I don't think he should have been disqualified. Like, this is where I say, I mean, I see what the US Open is trying to do here in terms of like, hey, we can't have people shoving a ball like that up like, stuff like that, which is a big deal. And ladies and gentlemen, as we're approaching the blessed prayer for Maghrib, we gotta say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings to you guys. We're gonna see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. We're gonna tell you salam.
This is Pulse 95.
The heart of Sharjah.
With a story to tell.